I mainly work on data drawn from the following text: Subramanian Sastry, 1945, Svelebel et al. 1967, Subramanian Iyer et al. 2007, Velu Pillai, 1976. I worked also on data extracted from religious Tamil texts written by Jesuit missionaries between the 17th and 18th century, and finally from contemporary texts both in literary Tamil and in spoken Tamil. Please refer to the final bibliography for further details on these books. Okay, so what I want to do before is just to show which was the use of verb call until the 8th century. The following examples extracted by Bhakti and Sangam literature show the function of the verb call used according to its lexical meaning. We refer to examples by Subramanian Sastry, 1945, and Subramanian Iyer et al. 2007. So as you can see, in the first example, the lexical meaning of verb call is to keep. In the second, I'm not going to read all the examples, otherwise I don't have the time. And in the second example, we have the meaning of verb call as to take possession of. In the third examples, it means to contain, and in the fourth one, it means to obtain. So most of the above examples show that the verb call was used as a lexical verb without expressing any grammatical function. The examined examples date back to 1st and 3rd centuries and to 6th and 8th centuries in case of those extracted by the Varam. Svelebel et al. In 1976, in a linguistic analysis of some poems, demonstrated that the verb call was used to mean to cite, to take, to think, one having taken, and it was used as a verbal adverb marker, kittu having taken, kitti having approached, etc. Finally, I wish to consider Ajaselingam 1979 grammar of Old Tamil because it again supports the above statements. In fact, in the index of his grammar, the author listed the occurrence of the verb call and of its forms giving the lexical meaning they have in the text. So, for example, we find konda, the relative participle, that is translated as which had, which resided, which lit. Kondu, the verbal participle, which expresses having had, having seated, having sized, and kor, the verb stem, that is translated as having, and all its derivatives as are related to the act of possession. Now we are going to see which was the use of the verb call between 6th and 18th century. The following examples are from text, which we would presumably assume to be extracted by spoken Tamil, inscriptions, and Jesuits' grammar and catechism. Analyzing the Tamil inscriptions between 6th and 12th century in the volume written by Velu Pillai, 1976, the verb call is mainly found in a relative participle form, following a noun, or as a predicative possession, I 1997, auxiliary after a VP form of the main verb. Only starting from the 9th century, the postposition with instrumental meaning appears. Velu Pillai states that kondu as instrumental case marker is not found in the earlier period. It is not noticed in the 6th, 8th centuries, hence it might have come to use only from the beginning of the 9th century. The texts written by Jesuits are mainly religious books written in Tamil. I mainly looked for the verb call and the usage they made of these elements. I first analyzed some missionary grammars, 15th and 16th centuries, and then 3 different catechisms dating back to the 17th and 18th centuries, and I found the following. Verb call is used in its lexical meaning to keep, to receive, to get possession of. Verb call is used as instrumental postposition, is used as a predicative possession, is used as auxiliary joined to the verb iru to express the continuous aspect, is used to express beneficative directed to the subject of the sentence. Contemporary scientific literature refers to this last function of the verb call as an auxiliary which makes a verb reflexive. So we start to see which were the grammatical chains which have had place. The first grammatical chain, which interested the verb call, depended on its lexical meaning to take. To size. In some languages we can find also to size, which through a metaphorical process, in 1993, was reinterpreted as a free postposition expressing the instrumental value. So we have the first chain that is given from A, where the lexical meaning of verb call is the source, and we got an outcome B, instrumental postposition. As you can see from the example number 5, extracted from a catechism written by an Italian Jesuit missionary in the 18th century. If we have a look at the text dating back to the period between the 2nd and the 8th century, the verbal participle form condu of the verb mainly appeared in post-nominal position. Its argument was the instrument through which the action expressed by another verb in the sentence was realized. The post-nominal position of the verb after the element, which is a semantical instrument in the sentence, induced metaphorical extension connected to cognitive processes for which the verb in the serial construction grammaticalized as a postposition, marking the role of instrument, becoming then a functional word. The second grammatical chain, the second instance of grammaticalization process I wish to consider refers to a subordinating morpheme derived from postposition. According to Craig, 1991, the phenomenon has been observed in other languages. It provides further evidence for establishing certain paths of evolution linking certain postposition to certain subordinated markers. In the framework of this presentation, I will only focus on the development of postposition into temporal subordinators in Tamil. According to the following examples, the second grammatical chain derives from the instrumental postposition. It is represented in these examples, and it expresses this temporal relation between the subordinate and the main verb of the sentence. The cases I am observing in Tamil support the patterns of prototypical matching reported in Craig 1991, where a negative instrumental postposition is extended into subordinators of temporal clauses, when, while. Let us now to see another grammatical chain arising from the stative meaning of lexical verb call. In this chain, we have as a source the lexical verb, the stative meaning to keep, and the outcome is the auxiliary, which expresses the aspect. In a spoken Tamil variety, this auxiliary has been phonologically reduced. It can be then considered as a bound morpheme more than an auxiliary verb, which is a free word. This means that it underwent a further process of grammaticalization, which respects the general hierarchy of grammaticalization indicated in Hein, Claudian, Unnemeyer, 1991. According to it, an aspect marker derives from a verb that has usually passed through the step of another position. As already stated by the Drovinian literature, this outcome is an aspect marker rendering a reflexive verb. If we observe the following example, it's possible to notice how the verb call expresses the patient role. If we go back again to the Tamil inscriptions by Verupilla in 1967, we can already find some cases of grammaticalization as aspect reflexive auxiliary of the verb call starting from the 10th centuries. So after the first